The community celebrates Veterans Day.
Competition heats up in 3rd Brigade.
And soldiers compete at Camp Arifjan.
Welcome to this week's Marne Report. I'm Caitlin Kenny.
And I'm Sergeant First Class Stephanie Weidman with the 188th Infantry Brigade. Our top story this week is honoring Veterans Day. Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield soldiers participated in a number of parades and events honoring veterans of the past and today.
Colonel John Klein, commander of 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade, led soldiers from 3rd Cap as well as the 3rd ID Band in this year's Savannah Veterans Day Parade. Photojournalist Zach Renstrom had a chance to speak with some of the soldiers participating in the parade and brings us an inside look at the importance of being a part of this celebration.
It's very memorable because a lot of people died for this country, and serving, being deployed or not, it brings honor to your family and to you, to the person who actually served. A lot of people risk their lives for this country. A lot of us volunteered to do this parade, so when you see us walking down the street, a lot of us didn't choose to do this, we volunteered. Being able to wake up every day and know I have a purpose, and that's to protect everyone. You know, not just myself, but other people's families.
Veterans Day to me means a celebration to the men and women who fought for this country, sacrificed their lives to make this country free.
It's a time when I can bring the family, let them see other people, and talk about their experiences, and they've heard them from me or they've heard them before, and it's certified that other members came about. It's a good moment. You can see the other guys that have served their time and tell their stories to each other, and the fact that outside people now can celebrate the moment.
It's a time of remembrance. It's not too often we get a chance to honor the veterans. Most of the time we tend to push them aside and forget about them. This is the one time you can come back and remember them and share some of the memories that they have.
I feel like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the veterans before my generation. They paved the way for the younger generation to serve in an all-volunteer army.
And our own Caitlin Kenny was at the annual Liberty County Veterans Day Parade in Hinesville. Let's hear what people on the street had to say about Veterans Day.
I feel it's important for, not just for me being a military individual, just even for my family, just to understand the history that comes with it. Not just family support for the soldiers, you know, and not just for soldiers, for all the military individuals, for all service members, but it's just important for our families to understand the heritage of where we came from and where we got our liberties from and where we got our freedom from. And that's what this day's about. It's all about who we are as Americans and who we should be thankful for our freedoms and for our liberties. And so that's why I'm here to support that.
It means a lot to us, you know. People work hard while we're free, you know. I find it very, very just honorable to be here to support them.
Because my dad's in the Army. He's been in for 23 years and he served a lot. And it's good to know that, you know, he's helping the country.
Every time I see a soldier like on the street or in like a restaurant, I just tell them thank you, you know, for everything you do.
It's all about our veterans. They paid the ultimate price for our freedoms, and it's to celebrate their families as well. Everyone who is sacrificing everything and protecting us.
We also have some great photos of Veterans Day celebrations from around the region. Let's see how others participated in these events. Colonel John O'Grady, commander of the 3rd Infantry Division Artillery, spoke to the St. Simons Island Rotary Club. The club invited Colonel O'Grady as part of a Veterans Day observance and to show their support by understanding what service means to those that served and those that continue to serve.
Command Sergeant Major Craig Coppridge, the Senior Enlisted Advisor for 6th Squadron, 8th Cavalry Regiment, 4th Infantry Brigade Combat Team, 3rd Infantry Division, presented the colors carried by the 6th 8th Cavalry Color Guard at the Tattnall County High School. Veterans from World War II to current conflicts were recognized at the ceremony.
Brigadier General James Blackburn, 3rd Infantry Division Deputy Commanding General for Maneuver, led the 3rd ID Band and soldiers from the 4th Infantry Brigade Combat Team in the Liberty County Veterans Day Parade in Hinesville.
Lieutenant Colonel Jared Longfeld of 3rd Brigade Support Battalion, 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team, spoke to students November 7th at Richmond Hill High School about Veterans Day.
Soldiers of Headquarters and Headquarters Troop, 6th Squadron, 8th Cavalry Regiment, 4th Infantry Brigade Combat Team marched in the 8th Annual Riceboro Rice Festival Parade, November 8th. What did you do on Veterans Day, Sergeant First Class Weidman?
Well, I just relaxed with family and friends and watched a couple of movies.
That sounds great.
Everyone wants to be the best, but there can only be one champion. Specialist Jordan Matthews reports from Fort Benning, where many battalions compete for the #1 spot.
Everyone wants to be the best, and these 35 squads, mainly from 3rd Armored Brigade Combat Team, 3rd Infantry Division, compete in the squad competition on Fort Benning to earn the title. Over the course of 3 days, soldiers compete in obstacle courses, land navigation, and marksmanship. By the end of day 1, only 29 teams remain. With the wide variety of challenges, these squads know that if you want to be #1, you have to continue to fight, regardless of how far behind you may be.
Day 1, it was pretty tough just because we didn't get a whole lot of sleep and we were on the move. But we found out we were in 5th at that point after day 1, so we knew we had to push it harder if we wanted to take first.
Amongst the competition are 2 squads from Royal 22nd Regiment, an infantry regiment in the Canadian Army. These soldiers come into competition ready to compete and take home as much skill as they can.
We didn't know what to expect, so it's our first time coming down, so we learned a lot from the Americans because our drills are different. And we don't have all the resources nor the same type of installations.
Although they are meant to be competing, once the squads finish their task for the day, they begin to collect as much knowledge from each other as they can.
They're pretty high-speed guys. They train real hard because they caused us to push. They were behind us the whole time, making us push hard as we could.
By the end of day 3, soldiers are unaware of their rankings and pull out all their leftover strength to reach the finish line. Surrounded by the entire brigade, the speaker announces the top 3 finishers. Dominating the competition, 269 Armored Regiment squads from Bravo and Alpha Company placed 2nd and 3rd respectively.
First, we didn't take first, we took 2nd, but we'll take it. We were the best in the brigade.
After making the nearly 3,200-mile trip across the country to Fort Benning, Squad 6 from Canada earned 1st place.
Everyone knows about Fort Benning in Canada, that's for sure. I don't know how in Europe they see it, but it's pretty world famous to me, so I'm very happy I've been here. Yeah.
Specialist Jordan Matthews, Fort Benning, Georgia.
The squad competition recognizes the best squad in the brigade while building camaraderie and teamwork. The safety of the community is important to Team Stewart. From November 3rd to the 9th, there were 3 DUIs in 3rd ID.
We can do better, dog-faced soldiers. Don't let alcohol end your career. Have some Marne pride. Don't drink and drive.
Coming up on the Marne Report, Fort Stewart and Hunter will be recreating the realities of drunk driving.
I appreciate them because I know in tough times they would have my back, and in the good times they're very nice to me and very supportive of me. They motivate me to accomplish things that I never thought that I really could. My chain of command especially, they have incredibly motivated me every day to do better things, to accomplish the goals that I have in my military career.
I appreciate my military family because I know that they're always there for me if I ever need anything, regardless of the situation I find myself. I can always find someone as a counsel or as someone just to hang out with if I need someone to.
I appreciate my military family because the ones that served in the past allowed me to be where I am today. Those currently serving with me, I thank you for being a motivation each and every day to do what we do. And those of the future, thank you for answering the call of duty.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired, but you can't sleep. He's not one of us. Stuck in reverse. When tears come streaming down your face. When you lose can't replace. Lights will guide you home, and I will try to fix you.
Man, how much I'm drinking?
Oh man, it's getting kind of late. Our ride coming. Hey, we got time for one more shot.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all ready to get out of there?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Oh, you coming?
No, I'm finna go ahead and you know what I'm saying, get a couple more rounds, and I'm finna drive myself. I only live about 3 blocks away.
Oh, you know that wasn't the plan though. We was all supposed to come together.
I know,
leave
but
together.
I know, but I mean, it's you know what I'm saying, it's just number 3 blocks.
Do you have the keys to your car?
Yes, I do.
Can I have the keys to your car,
No,
please?
you cannot.
You're not gonna drive though, right?
No, I'm not gonna drive.
You gonna
I mean,
call
we got a
taxi?
ride. We got a ride out there waiting.
No, y'all go ahead and go, you know what I'm saying? I'm just finna, man, been a stressful week at work. Y'all just go ahead and go.
You sure?
I'm fine.
You sure?
I'm straight. I'm sober.
You sure?
Yes.
You sober?
So.
You sure? You need to come with
You
us.
guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yes.
Okay. Make sure you don't drive.
All right, I see how that work. See how that work. All right. Bartender, need another one of these. Man, I had a little too much to drink. Okay, might as well just take this to the head. Ain't nothing but a little shot. Man, see what time it is. Woo! Yeah, I need to get on going. I need to go. Another Army day tomorrow. See y'all later, bartender.
I'm David Bennett with the Army Substance Abuse Program. We just want to come out here today to kind of show it's National 3D Month, Drunk and Drug Driving. These soldiers are real, the vehicles are real, the decisions are real. We're asking you to make the right choice. Keep your Marne Pride pledge. Don't drink and drive, don't use drugs and drive, and don't let anyone else do so.
December is National Drugged and Drunk Driving Month, 3D. As soldiers and service members, you comprise the nation's most valuable global first responders. When you use drugs or drink and drive, you are risking lives. You are also self-selecting and leaving a damaging gap in our formation. This December, be a professional. Commit yourself and your teammates to not drink or use drugs and drive.
Driving under the influence is very costly in more than one way. It not only costs dollars, it ends promising careers, and oftentimes results in injury or the loss of life. Do yourself and those who depend on you a favor. Don't drive impaired, not even a little bit.
Choose your ride. We got your back.
3 teens were arrested today for defacing the Kensington Park War Memorial overnight. The destruction includes painted messages against the military and the war in the Middle East. The 3 teens were picked up in the early morning hours after evidence was left at the scene.
Grandpa, something wrong?
Some people sure have short memories, and those who are too young to know need to be taught. Come on, I want to show you guys something.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
At dawn on the morning of the 6th of June, 1944, 225 Rangers jumped off the British landing craft and ran to the bottom of these cliffs. 225 came here. After 2 days of fighting, only 90 could still bear arms. These are the boys of Pointe du Hope. These are the men who took the cliffs. These are the champions who helped free a continent. These are the heroes who helped end a war. You are men who in your, quote, lives fought for life and left the vivid air signed with your honor.
In the name of God and country, I learned to defy gravity.
To honor my family,
I lived in the belly of a beast.
I fixed the hearts of iron monsters.
I became a worm in the mud for dignity.
For honor. For righteousness' sake.
For God and country.
I fought for you.
I fought for you. For you. I fought for you. I fought for you.
I fought for you.
I fought
for you. For you. For you. For you. For you.
Welcome back to the Marne Report. Are you looking for something fun to do with your family? Then let's check in with Molly Cook from FMWR, who is here to give us some more information on an upcoming event.
Hi, I'm Molly Cook, and this is your MWR Minute. Mark your calendars to enjoy Brunch with Santa on December 7th from 10:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. at Club Stewart. The menu will include breakfast favorites. You won't want to forget your cameras because Santa will also be in attendance for photos. Advance tickets are currently on sale at Club Stewart through December 5th. The cost is $14.95 for adults and $6.95 for children. After that, the cost is $17.95 for adults and $7.95 for children. Children age 2 and under are always free. For more information or to make reservations, call 912-767-4717. To learn more about our upcoming MWR events, visit us online at www.stewartmwr.com or www.huntermwr.com. FMWR, we're your complete destination for families, fun, and fitness.
December is National Drunk and Drug Driving Prevention Month. Fort Stewart is committed to deterring drunk and drug driving in the community.
Several activities will be happening throughout the month to educate and inform participants. On December 2nd and 3rd, the Army Substance Abuse Program and several other agencies will create a real-life accident scene where soldiers will see up close the consequences of driving under the influence. The demonstration will start at 10 a.m. on Donovan Field.
And on December 8th, the Governor's Office of Vehicle Safety will conduct vehicle rollover and driving under the influence simulations. The presentation will be in the main PX parking lot from 9 a.m. until 2:30 p.m.
Take a stand against drunk and drugged driving. Take a buddy and educate yourselves at these events. It could save a life.
Along with the cold and the leaves changing color, the fall also brings with it flu season. Flu season affects all of us, so we should all receive the flu shot if we can and take other measures to stay healthy. Signs of the flu include fever, cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, muscle or body aches, headaches, chills, feeling tired, or having low energy.
By taking just a few steps, you can help prevent the flu. Wash your hands often with soap and water or an alcohol-based hand rub. Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue or into your upper sleeve or elbow when you sneeze or cough. Avoid touching your mouth, nose, or eyes. Disinfect commonly used surfaces and objects such as doorknobs and toys. Stay home from school, work, or other group settings if you feel sick. And maintain a healthy lifestyle with lots of sleep and healthy food.
You're invited to see how your photo-taking skills compare with others Army-wide and here at Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield. Entries in the 2014 All-Army Digital Photo Contest should be submitted online at arts.armymwr.com no later than November 30th. All submitted photos by Stewart and Hunter participants will be entered into a local contest through the Garrison, which will take place December 4th.
The local winners will receive certificates and advance to the All-Army competition. The two major divisions are active duty soldiers and other eligible participants, including family members, retirees, and DA civilians. The 7 photo categories are people, military life, nature and landscapes, animals, still life, design elements, and digital darkroom. For additional details, call 912-767-5145. To find out what's happening across Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield, we turn to the Frontline newspaper.
Let's check in with Managing Editor Elvia Kelly for this week's news.
Hi, I'm Elvia Kelly, and I'll be giving you the latest details from the Frontline. For the November 13th edition, check out the photo spread called the Behind the Lens page on 3A. The Veterans Day festivities are spotlighted as our 3rd ID soldiers march in various parades from Hinesville to Riceboro. The Marne Faces, Marne Places on page 4A features a story unique to the Marne Division, whether it be historical or new. And this week we are featuring the Night Stalker Battalion as they hosted the Vietnam-era Aviators reunion. And last but not least, the 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade held a week-long football tournament, appropriately dubbed the Marne Air Turkey Bowl, during the week of November 3rd through the 7th. 10 teams from around the brigade began the tournament with hopes of bringing home the title of Marne Air Turkey Bowl champion. Veterans Day, also known as Armistice Day internationally, celebrates the armistice, or temporary cessation of hostilities between the Allied nations and Germany that went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, the end of the war to end all wars. Several former members of Companies A and D, 227th Attack Helicopter Battalion, 1st Cavalry Division, who served in Vietnam, held a reunion on Hunter Army Airfield on November 3rd. The group was hosted by the Night Stalkers of 3rd Battalion, 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment Airborne, which has soldiers based on Hunter. For the Vietnam veterans, it was a day to reunite and enjoy fellowship with those who share a common bond. A bond that Partridge said is so very visible even to this day. After an intense week of a spirited corps building competition, this week culminated with the championship game between the Eagles of 2nd Battalion, 3rd Aviation Regiment, and the Talons of Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 3rd Cab. Join us on the Marne Report to catch the most current news and events found on the Frontline across Fort Stewart, Hunter Army Airfield, and online at our Frontline website at stewartfrontline.com.
Coming up, 2 soldiers are given the chance to play basketball on an international stage.
I appreciate my military family because they're always there for me. They're the support that not a lot of people can have, and I'm lucky to have.
I appreciate my military family because, I came in the military with one parent, and he died last year. So right now, the military is the only family that I have. And, I can always go to the NCOs, my peers, other soldiers.
One of the most recognizable agencies in our Army is the Army Community Service. The Army Community Service is a social service organization designed to enrich the lives of our soldiers, their families, and our civilians. For nearly 50 years, the Army Community Service has helped soldiers be better parents, manage their money, help family members find employment. I'm Bill Lukens. I'm your ACS Director, and I have the honor to be a former dog-faced soldier. In fact, most of your ACS staff are former dog-faced soldiers. Our team demonstrates excellence every day, and we continue to improve the many ways we help soldiers and families.
ACS offers a multitude of services that can enhance your life. Statistically, only 1 out of 4 soldiers, Spouses, leaders, know the full range of services ACS offers. Come discover ACS.
Our team at Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield have created some great ways to provide a myriad of services. We, Army Community Service, are 100% committed to making families ready and resilient.
We help people with pretty much anything causing stress: marriage, money, moving, parenting, even spouse's career search. Remember this, we are happiest when we're able to be of help to you. So come discover ACS.
Pay a visit to ACS and discover what our financial counselors and Army Emergency Relief Officers can do for you.
Come to ACS and discover how the exceptional Family Member Program staff can assist you with your family member with special needs.
Deploying? Or maybe you've recently returned from a deployment, whether it's your first or your 7th. Come discover ACS.
Come to ACS and discover resiliency training. Learn how to bounce back.
If you didn't know, you need to know. The place of discovery is in Army Community Service.
ACS is also located at Hunter Army Airfield, and we provide the same services as Fort Stewart. So come, discover ACS, Building 1286.
Soldiers, spouses, and children are what's important to us at the Family Advocacy Program. Come discover parenting skills, communication skills, and positive ways to handle stress and anger. You are our priority.
ACS는 여러분과 함께합니다. 궁금하신 점 있으시면 언제든지 방문해 주십시오.
Ven, descubre ACS. Estamos aquí para ayudarte. Entdecken Sie ACS. Wir haben etwas für jedermann.
Come discover what ACS can do for you. We are here to enrich your lives.
Welcome back. In this week's Task Force Fitness, 2 soldiers from 3rd Sustainment Brigade have been given the chance to play internationally against the Kuwait national team. Specialist Ro Kruger has more.
The drive to compete, perform, and connect through basketball has brought the U.S. and Kuwaiti women together once again.
But as far as the women, we were just out in the mall one day, and we was in Foot Locker, me and Stassi Costello, and we seen this female buying basketball shoes. So she asked, "Do you play basketball?" And she was like, "Yes." I play for the national team, and I give her my contact information. And about 2 weeks later, she contacted me, and we scheduled a game.
Team members fill the roster with a variety of backgrounds.
Team USA is made up of Army and civilians, contractors, actually GS. We have all ranks from private all the way up to CW2. We got first lieutenants on the team.
While the location may be unfamiliar, the language of the sport is universal.
Well, I've been deployed a little over a month, and not many have experienced this. I mean, how many people can really honestly say they got to travel to another country and play it internationally? Well, it doesn't matter what culture, background that we come from, or what language that we speak. All that matters is that we speak one language on the court, which is basketball, and we all have the passion for the game.
Reporting from Camp Arif John, Kuwait, I'm Specialist Ro Prince Kruger.
The Camp Arif John Post team will continue to play and keep the partnership with Kuwait competitive.
That's all for this week's Marne Report.
You can watch the Marne Report in the morning at 5, 5:30, and 8 and 8:30, noon, and in the evening at 5 and 5:30, 9 and 11. Or as always, check us out on the web at stewart.army.mil and on Vimeo at vimeo.com/3id. Have a great week. Rock of the Marne.